dude, you got it figured out.
Yeah.
I don't have it figured out.
Yeah, you'll get there. But we like to save the cars that everyone else is afraid to touch.
Yeah.
You know, it's so far gone.
Rod Emory, Porsche 356s, Jay Leno's Garage, Los Angeles, California. Be sure to subscribe to the Audrain Museum Network so you don't miss any videos like this. I'm here with Drew Hoffner from Emory Motorsports, and you guys came down to Jay Leno's Garage today, and it was pretty cool for us because we got to see two of our cars. This one, the Super 90 that your brother-in-law has been restoring.
Yep.
And an Emory Roadster that's new to the collection that Rod and your team have been building.
Yep.
So it was super cool to see you guys up there with Jay and talk about your creations. It was really awesome to watch.
Yeah, no, we had a great time, and it was cool getting to share that with Jay and show him these two fresh builds that we just finished up. You know, they're both 1960. They're both from the same year. They're both different in very many ways.
Yep.
This being a totally numbers matching, bone stock restoration. You know, every single part that was on the car came off the car, was restored, and then put back on the car. Where the Roadster, you know, was more of a custom car, and it was
Yep.
a perfect candidate for that. Where we put our engine in it and a lot of cool little touches, and just made a great, sleek little driver.
Yeah. Two incredible builds and the work that was put into this. Last time we were visiting your shop, we were watching Zane dyeing the carpets.
Yeah. Yep.
And the extensive process that he went through to match the color the way that they want it. I mean,
Totally.
it's
Yeah.
cool when, you know, whenever the time that I did visit your shop, the energy in your place is amazing. I mean, we got there fairly early, and you guys were already there by like 5 a.m. and
Yep.
it was so cool to just see the entire process and the entire build process of these cars. I mean, the work is amazing. It's so amazing.
Yeah, it's quite the atmosphere that we've created at the shop. You know, once you walk into the shop, you see all of the tools and the equipment that we use.
Yeah.
It's all the tools that would have been from that time period where these cars, when they were being made, you know. So we use that same tooling to bring these back to how they should have been. So you go in there and you see all of the old equipment, and, you know, it's really just a great ecosystem that we all get to work in every day. So
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I think Nick will have fun in this because it's
For sure, because
it's an open
loud,
it's another experience, you know.
Exactly. Perfect for the island.
Oh yeah, this will be fun on the island.
So good. This is like heaven, this noise.
Well, and this is one you can drive and not worry about blowing it up.
Right. And you're right. It's so much.
There's big dips around North Hollywood.
Yeah. I can see why you trailer your cars.
Yeah. There's just too much action.
Yeah. But you're right, the suspension is.
Yeah, so it's set on 4 right now, but the shocks have rebound and compression. You can take it down to 2, and it takes that. You know, right now it's set up for going up in the hills.
Right.
It's not too firm, not too.
Yeah. Have you taken it up there yet?
Yeah, we put 80 miles on it. 87 miles.
87, yeah.
So we're just starting to get it kind of dialed in.
Yeah. What's your ideal?
200 miles.
Yeah, that's when you deliver them typically.
I try to, because that way we know that we've sorted out the kinks and we've
changed oil. You can change oil, get all that.
We changed the filters, the fuel filter and oil filter, and we go through, realign the car. But yeah, this has our new adjustable shocks, which just makes it.
I mean, I can tell immediately. It's like The red car is fabulous, but I mean the evolution of the cars is.
Yeah, I mean, we built that car. We finished it 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they just continue to get
it just.
smoother and better, and
I love seeing the white car right behind us. Too.
isn't that awesome?
Yeah. Oh, it sounds so good.
Yeah, I think Nick will like
This is going to be one of my new favorites.
And it's convertible. It'll be fun on the island.
Oh yeah.
But this is a pretty rough road that we're on right now. But you
Yeah.
can feel it just has a nice.
Oh.
I put a tall top gear in it.
Yep.
So this car I did a 4-speed, just different experience.
Yep.
But I put a nice tall. It's just a little bit taller than what's in the red car.
Sure.
So that when you're on the freeway with this exhaust,
It doesn't drone.
it's not
yeah.
just killing you. Also because it's a convertible, and
Are these the original windshield height? Or do
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. So a Speedster windshield is here, and then this is a Roadster
Right.
convertible D windshield, and these have roll-up windows.
Yeah. Yeah. The same hardware as the red
Yeah.
car.
What kind of car is that?
It's a Porsche, 1960.
Oh my God. Beautiful.
Thank you.
The cage, I don't even know what to call it.
Yeah, it's a wooden buck.
Yeah. Where you can fully spin the car to work on it. I was like, that is so genius.
Oh yeah, the rotisseries.
Yeah.
Yep.
So cool.
That helps us access all sides of the car and
Yeah.
really just getting all those little nooks and crannies that are in need of restoration. We start from the very bottom with these vehicles, and we media blast the cars and get them down to bare metal. Then we'll assess what needs repaired on the car in order for
Yeah.
it to, be back to how it should be, and do all the metal repair and rust repair. And then from there, we decide all of our modifications that we're doing to the car. So that's our next step. And then this car in particular was a little bit different because it was in such good shape when we got it
Yep.
that it didn't really need a whole lot of metal work, just the typical rust spots on the car. But something really cool about it is that as I was doing the metal work on this car and inspecting the panels and looking at everything, Porsche, they stamped the VIN code on all of the panels to the car when it left the
That's so
factory.
wild.
The VIN to this vehicle is 111555, and they stamped the last 3 numbers of the VIN onto the hood, the doors, the deck lid, the bumpers, so that those
so
panels go
wild.
to that car.
So wild.
So this vehicle, as I was working on it, I noticed that all of the parts said 555, and a lot happens to these cars over the 40, 50, 60, 70 years that
absolutely.
they're on the road. It gets smashed, it gets repaired, and when these cars weren't worth what they are now, it was pretty commonplace to do some shady repairs to the car. And
Of course.
For a car like this to still exist and for us to bring it to what it is now, it's a truly special
Oh,
thing.
it's super, super rare. And apart from this, something that I, because this was a restoration that you guys did, which is not normally what you do with building these cars. What it's so nice learning from Rod and learning from all your stories is you're really taking cars that either would have gone to a junkyard or just have been thrown around or not really built properly, and you're really saving these cars.
Yep.
And that's what's so wonderful about it. I mean, you're bringing them new life, and you're creating new memories with them, which is just, I think, is so awesome.
Yeah, we like to save the cars that everyone else is afraid to touch.
Yeah.
It's so far gone.
Well, seeing them all stacked up outside of your shop is, one build, the next build, the next build.
Yep.
It's so cool.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's our bread and butter, is taking something that somebody wouldn't even dare restore, and that's kind of what we do, and we put our own touch on it, and that's
so cool.
That's what makes it, so special, is just bringing them back from where they started to where they are now. It's very gratifying.
So I mean, there is more noise, but that's all.
But
part
it's
of
perfect. It's not drony. It's not. It just gives you that more visceral experience. I didn't even realize he bought a red, white, and blue car too. He's got the American lineup.
I know. I thought about that the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be the perfect 4th of July post.
Oh yeah, perfect.
So I expect to see that next year.
This is the car that I would buy.
Yeah, these are a Roadster's fun because
Because my wife would love it too.
Yeah, and it's got a nice top that's not too low,
Yeah.
and it it can be a convertible, but it can still be kind of civilized. Where a Speedster,
Yeah, our driving R55 is like, it's a great experience, but
it's like a little tractor.
yeah, especially with the tires on this, all the mechanical grip you're gonna get.
Yeah, this car, and especially with this suspension, the 205s, this thing it's on rails.
Right on the road. Yeah.
So the only thing with the Sebring exhaust, just because of the nature of it,
Yeah.
every once in a while they get a little pop.
Yep.
There's nothing you can do about that because they don't have that
They don't have
chamber. It's
Well, that's fine. That's good.
it's a straight, and it's only under deceleration every once in a while, but
yeah.
it's kind of racy. It's
I
like
love it.
It's
The
like that
Sebring
career-
exhaust.
Yep.
Yeah. That Speedster that I was driven in with the Sebring exhaust, it's just like it changes the whole car. Especially with that engine.
So one thing we did on this exhaust is we did put a little mesh baffle right
Yeah.
at the end.
I saw that. That was cool.
Otherwise, it was
Yeah,
it was ear piercing.
Yeah, you know.
So we did that just to knock the sound down just a little.
Have you done many Sebrings?
Yeah, I mean,
Or has it evolved?
I mean, we used to do them on all the cars, like
Yeah,
way back.
yeah.
The pushrod cars, but we've probably on these engines. I mean, not that many, probably 10. But it's got a nice, deep, throaty sound,
Oh. I mean, driving to work in the morning in this, you'd be like
Oh, yeah.
ready for the day.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
But the nice thing about a Roadster is that because the windshield's tall enough, you aren't like beat
yeah,
to
you're
death.
getting killed. Yeah. And I'm traditionally, I don't. Any of the modern Porsches, no cabs for
No, me
me. I don't
neither.
do any cabs. But this is like I said, my wife would enjoy this. Like,
Well, hopefully you take her out in it.
right, that's right. She could care less about cars, so this would be the one. Maybe I can convince her.
Yeah, nice classy date one night. Just roll up with this and a
Yeah.
handful of roses,
Right.
and a little quaint dinner at a small restaurant.
And you could still park that. I mean, you could park this car.
Oh, yeah.
How did you get started in the business? I mean, a lot of times for me, okay, I don't work on cars, but I love cars, and my life revolves around cars and motorcycles. And I often speak to some older guys at Cars and Coffee, and they're always saying, "Oh, I'm 26." They're like, "Oh, you young guys, you don't care about cars, and it seems to be really rare that you're a young guy and you like cars." And I always tell them, there are so many people that I know and so many people that I've met or know of that love cars, and they're in their 20s and 30s, and they're like blown away by it. They think the hobby's dying when it's really not at all.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, I'm 26 as well, and I'm.
And you're already married, dude. You got it figured out.
Yeah.
I don't have it figured out.
Yeah, you'll get there. But I got into cars. My dad's been a body guy his whole life, so he worked in the collision industry, and he still does. So he would always work on side projects to make some extra cash at home on the weekends and after work. So I would go out to the garage, and I started learning how to weld when I was 12 or 13 years old.
That's
and then,
awesome.
Got my first car, which was a 1997 Volkswagen Golf.
Oh, that's
and,
awesome.
Got
That
it
was
for
my first car too.
Really?
Yeah, Volkswagen Golf.
Yep. And it
Mark III.
It needed restored,
Yeah.
So in order to drive, I had to restore it. So that was kind of how that all got started. And then did some training in high school at a vocational school, and got a job at a few different body shops in Ohio, where I'm from, out of high school. And then in 2018 I came out to California to come work for Rod, and
That's
I've been
so
here ever
cool.
since. So
That's so cool.
yeah.
And it's awesome that that you've integrated into the family business as well. Obviously, you being married to Rod's daughter.
Yep.
I mean, it's so fascinating. I feel like there are so many dysfunctional families out there. Just people that I know, let alone car people. And it's so
Yeah.
cool to see this family that it's very evident that you guys love working together and you love being with each other, and it's very wholesome to see, you know, a nice family that's functioning in society, because it's not always something that you see.
Totally, yeah. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses,
of course.
we all complement each other in that way. So,
and I'm sure it's hard at times, but that's totally normal. It wouldn't be normal if it wasn't that way.
Yeah, it really is the perfect pairing of you know, individuals, and it all works out. And we all have so much passion for these vehicles and for this lifestyle that it just works perfectly. And it doesn't feel like work, you know. So
absolutely. What has been your favorite, if you have a favorite project that you've worked on over the years?
Sorry, this thing's like
you're good.
idling down.
It's got a low idle.
My favorite project that I've worked on over the years, I don't know, it's hard to pick a favorite because I like so many different things about individual vehicles and just what their unique strengths are and specific looks and disciplines on the cars. I don't think I could ever just pick one.
I hear you. So do you identify as a Porsche guy, or are you just kind of a fan of everything?
I do, yeah. Porsche guy, Volkswagen guy, Porsche guy. I got my start in Volkswagens.
Okay.
In high school, I had a 1973 Super Beetle.
Okay, cool.
That I got for $1,000
awesome.
down in Kentucky, and that was kind of my introduction to air-cooled cars and that whole scene. And it was just I fell in love with it immediately. You know, I rebuilt the engine on my 1600 VW Bug and lowered the car and put exhaust on it and repainted it and did all kinds of trick little things to it. Cool. And I just, you know, ever since I just couldn't resist.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, you'll have fun with this car.
Yeah, this is the car I'm gonna.
You'll have a lot of fun with it.
Have a problem with.
That thing's fun.
Oh yeah.
Believe it or not, like the Super 90 is freaking awesome because it's you know.
You feel like you're driving a period car.
Right, but all of a sudden it's got
just
power.
Wants to go, right?
And the gearbox is nice in it. We just got to finish sorting out the brakes a little bit. But that's all part.
And that's just breaking in.
I had sent you a message, but I forgot to hit send.
Is that your dad's car?
Yeah.
That's super cool.
It's cool. We're pulling in. This place is amazing. Well, thanks for giving me a ride in the Super 90. We're
thank you.
To bring
it was
home
a blast.
soon. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome.